Today on Living Life, we're going to look at single life because there'll be many of you watching who are now single. You might have been married for 20, 30 plus years and now you find yourself single and on your own. You don't know how to date, you don't know what to do, how to do it. And so we're going to try and navigate our way through some of the things as a single person over 50 or over 60. And we have a chat today with Richmond, who, having been single for 12 years, is going to share his tips and strategies for maximising your success in the dating scene. Hi Brian, great to have you on Over 50 So What?
Great to be on the show, Carol.
Now, we met at a singles function, which was for live music and dancing for single people over 50. And you shared with me that you'd love to share with the viewers your perspective on dating as a single person over 50.
I did.
So you've been married a couple of times and then you suddenly found yourself out there in the dating world. Can you just remember back to when that was and what that felt like and what you did?
I think what happens with a lot of guys, I really do believe that generally guys do it a little bit harder than females, and there's lots of reasons for that. But everyone obviously is on their own journey. So for me, dating sites were a forum where I could interact with other people, and I think that was that's a little bit of my personality. That was important for me to do that. Sometimes people are advised not to do any of that, just to learn to be on their own, but that's okay. But for me, I found it was best for me to interact with other people. The first lady I met was a sales rep, and I can remember sending an interest, and I was so surprised when there was an interest came back. There's never any guarantee you're going to meet the one, but you will meet lots and lots of nice people. And people that will be good for you in your journey, and you'll be good for them.
Well, previously on the show, we've had a couple that met online, and then they were chatting online, and then they started dating, and they ended up getting married. In fact, I know 3 people that have ended up married after having met online. So if someone watching this today hasn't been online before, what would you suggest to someone that's all new experience? Maybe they've just come out of 20-year, 30-year relationship and they think, oh, maybe I'll take a look at online dating. What's your view on setting up a good profile?
The number one thing is a photo that actually does look like you. Now, that might sound a bit sort of strange, but lots of people do put photos on that shows them what they were like maybe 20 years ago. So I actually have a current photo of you that tells you a bit about you, not one that involves any other. You don't want any other family members in the photo. You don't want to be holding your grandchild. You don't want to be holding your dog. This is from my point of view. You don't want to be holding a fish or a skunk rabbit in the air.
From a single person over 50, from the female perspective, yes, there's nothing better than seeing a current photo of what someone looks like now, because I have experienced that where the photo's 20 years old, they look nothing like it now. Sometimes they just put a picture of their dog, which tells me nothing about them as a person. And other things with the photo is getting a good photo, because a lot of people just take selfies and they're looking down at the phone and they're not smiling. They're very, they don't have a proper photo.
That's spot on. Nothing worse than to meet someone and they don't recognise you, or you don't recognise them.
So my suggestion from my perspective is get a friend or a family member to take a good photo of you looking happy, because we want to go out with people, and I'm sure from the male perspective, you want to go out with someone that's happy. You don't want, that looks happy, that looks like they could be interesting, could be fun, but not, so they've got a nice smile on their face.
Smile is very important. Not like the old photos that were taken many, many years ago by our grandparents where no one smiled.
For the people that haven't been on a dating site before, normally you've got all those criteria like height and weight and eye colour, etc., and age and what age you're looking for, etc. But there's also there's paragraphs of things that you can write introducing yourself, letting people know a bit about your personality, what your particularly interested in, the things that you look for, the things that you find fun, and you can actually write a story with your profile. So what sort of things do you put in that particular story about yourself, which sort of reveals part of your personality?
We want to write a little bit about us, just what our interests are, because we realise that the person that's going to match us will be similar, not in everything, but it's similar interests. An example, if you like dancing, you'd mention that in your profile. So I suppose a part of my profile was to try and convey the fact that I had a bit of emotional intelligence. And I guess, but it's an interesting thing about profiles, because some people are good at it, others aren't. Why not get a friend to help you do that? And sometimes other friends can describe you better than you can describe yourself.
Let me ask you another question though. So apart from trying to reveal your personality, your sense of humour and everything through the written profile, what are the don'ts? What are the things not to put in that written profile?
Don't go too much into your personal life. You don't go into your problems that you had in perhaps your marriage or whatever.
So my experience has been that a lot of men, because I'm obviously looking for men, they put up, I don't want, in their profile about themselves, I like to go for drives in the country, I don't want time wasters, I don't want people playing games, I don't want, put in all these things they don't want into their profile.
It's quite common, quite often, and a lot of females do that, of course, too.
Yeah, so that's my example of something that's a don't.
I would go along with that.
It comes across as that you're very negative, that you're always looking for bad things, you've had some bad experiences, you're still carrying those bad experiences with you as baggage, and it sort of sets up the whole negative atmosphere straight away.
I would agree with that.
To finish off with today, we're going to just recap the do's and don'ts for your profile. So we want to look for a current photo that it's showing you looking happy, it's been taken by somebody, not you looking down at your phone. We want to have, all your interests actually there, so you can see whether the person looking at your profile can see if there's anything in common. You want to have a nice light written profile that reveals a bit about your personality, all upbeat, all positive.
Actually.
Well, thanks so much, Brian, for coming on the show.
Well, let's hope we've got people thinking perhaps anyway.
Yeah. So we'll probably have some people thinking, well, oh, maybe I should try that, or maybe I do that, maybe I should do something different. So thanks for joining us today. We hope you've learned a few skills to help you take care of your mental health and the mental health of others. If you'd like to know more about David and his programs on the lowdown, just go to our website, carolahalloran.com, or send us a note through Facebook, Over 50 So What. Check out YouTube for more fitness videos and replays. Get amongst it. And remember, on the show, we say it's never too late for love. Please send us your online dating stories. They're good and they're not so good. We'd love to hear from you. Facebook, Over 50 So What. Keep active, keep connected, and happy dating. It's never too late for love. I'm Carol. See you next time. Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?